Be really, really true to yourself and don't try and fool yourself about who you are and what you want out of life. Mansfield. I work for Unilever. Now, for Unilever, those that don't know, is what we call a consumer goods company. So we're a truly global organisation, and what we do is we manufacture really, and a good part of what we do is we market the goods we manufacture, which is the area I am in, and we manufacture goods in the area of home care, so brands like Circl and Cif that are on your supermarket shelves, through to what we call personal care products like Dove, and deos like Lynx and Sure in the UK, through to ice cream, biggest manufacturer of ice cream in the world. So we produce Ward's ice cream, and Magnum and Ben & Jerry's is one of our brands as well. And then we produce food products like Knorr and Hellmann's, Coleman's and Marmite, and tea as well, PG Tips in the UK. So I'm the VP of Global Media at Unilever. Now, media, for those that don't know, is about advertising, basically. So I'm responsible for making sure that our brands get on TV, are seen in print, so magazines, or on billboards, or in social media, or wherever else on the internet you may be surfing, where an ad serves up on the internet. I started off, I did a degree in businesses and marketing. So very luckily I managed to get a job in marketing straight out of university, working for a mail order company at that point in time, doing direct marketing, which has kind of come very much back into vogue, which is using data and one-to-one marketing to communicate to consumers. And then I sort of did various different agency roles in London, so working in various different communication agencies, working across a really, really super broad set of clients across very many different industries in a kind of a planning and account management sort of capacity. And I found myself in Barclays, so financial services, doing various different communications role there in the retail bank. And I moved over into Barclaycard, which is part of the Barclays Group, and did work for their credit card business and launched mobile payments and contactless payments. And then I came to Unilever. I advise them to have a plan. I never really did have a career plan. I kind of bobbed along and gone from one thing to another. And, as I say, it's got me into a good place in the end. And I've done some really great roles. But could I have got to where I wanted to get to quicker if I'd had a plan and tried to execute on that plan? And, then I think, yes, I could have, in terms of how I developed and where I looked to develop myself and the type of roles I aim for. And it's not, plans at the end of the day are difficult. They don't always go right, but having one is a starting point. And then sort of saying, okay, all right, I've gone off in a different direction to where I intended to. Am I happy with that? Or should I get myself back on the road I was originally on? And if you don't have a plan in the first place, you can't take those decisions and make those calls. Just start thinking about, again, where your strengths lie. Don't focus so much on your weaknesses, focus on your key strengths. You can always minimize you can focus on minimizing weaknesses, but you can't make up for you need to capitalize upon your strengths, and that's what you need to really focus on, where your passion points are. And then start to think about what sort of, where do I want to be, okay, if I'm 18 and I'm going on to university, you've got 3 years to think about where you want to get to, but you should maybe start, and not everybody when they go to uni knows what they want to do at the end of it, but the type of roles that you're going to like, maybe not the exact, sector or, what it is you like, and then start thinking about, okay, all right, well, my first job when I leave uni in 3 years' time, what is it my first employer is going to want of me, and it's not these days just about what we call your hard skills, so i.e. what grade you get in university and how hard you work. It's the softer stuff as well that really counts, because I'm sure you guys, if you don't know already, you're going to find it out. It's a bloody competitive world out there, and far more competitive it was when I started my career. And, and therefore you need to be able to differentiate yourself in this world and really start thinking about, okay, what is it that I'm going to do that's really going to differentiate me to get the job I really want when I get out of university? And, I don't know, if that is journalism, for example, go and get yourself a job on the student, newsletter, knock on a few doors at a local newspaper company and go and get a few days experience with someone who's, working in that company, or, whatever it is, and think about the other stuff as well as that, not just sort of work experience, but also, what can I do to, think about what you like to do and how can I maybe benefit society as a whole? Maybe could I go and work for a charity? Could I, help with people who are more, more conscious of myself, whatever it might be that, really kind of works for you and is really going to differentiate you in this world going forward, and companies go, actually, yes, this individual is someone that I want in my business because I believe they can add significant value to what we do. Ask people. If you don't know what your strengths are and what you're good at, ask people, because people you value and trust their opinion from. I mean, and that is really great advice when it comes to deciding what you do on your career. Don't sit in your room and think about it to yourself. Actually talk to people about it, and they'll ask you lots of questions that'll actually make you think about, you as an individual and where you want to go and what you want to do and where your strengths are, and, it really does help to talk to people. They don't need to be, trained coaches or anything like that. Your best mates or your mum or your dad. A great starting point. Nobody knows you better than your mum or your dad or other connected family members. Well, first of all, I've already given the key piece of advice: have a plan. Yeah. And I'll say that again: have a plan. And really think about what it is you truly want to do with your life. Be authentic to yourself. Don't try and be something that you're not. And really think about where your passions lie and what your key strengths are and how you can really leverage your strengths. I think would be my key, sort of guiding principles to anybody who's starting out in their career. Have fun and enjoy life, because you only live it once, and you spend how much? 50% of your work, your daylight hours, or your, the hours, probably more than 50%, 70% of the hours you're awake working. So make sure you enjoy it.